She was moments away from saying "I do" when the sound of a guitar stopped everything. The man playing? Dylan Wang. The song? One only she would understand. And the wedding? It never happened. Pause 3 seconds for drama. Today, we're diving into the unbelievable real-life love story that has fans around the world asking, was this fate or the most daring romantic act of the decade? The air in Hangzhou that day was warm and heavy with the scent of jasmine. A countryside estate had been transformed into a dream wedding venue, silk drapes, flowers in full bloom, sunlight spilling across a courtyard where guests whispered in anticipation. Shen Yue, the beloved actress from Meteor was about to marry a man very few had seen. A successful businessman, far from the glare of cameras, offering her the quiet life she seemed ready to embrace. To the world, it made perfect sense. But somewhere else in the city, Dylan Wang was staring at his guitar. The same guitar he once used to sing to Shen Yue between takes. The same guitar that had been collecting dust until today. When engagement rumors first surfaced, Dylan stayed silent. He smiled in interviews when her name came up, but his eyes told a different story. Close friends noticed. They said he'd been distant, lost in thought. Some claimed the two had been exchanging messages, quiet, late-night conversations no one else knew about. Others believed they'd already said their goodbyes. But on that morning, Dylan made a choice. He would not stay silent any longer. Guests took their seats. The music started. And there she was, Shen Yue, glowing in white, her hair like silk, her smile delicate but uncertain. Each step down the aisle brought her closer to her fiancé, and further away from the man she had once shared an undeniable connection with. And then it happened. At first it was faint, a few soft guitar notes drifting across the summer air. Heads turned, murmurs spread through the crowd. And then they saw him, Dylan Wang, standing just outside the gates, no suit, no entourage, just him and his guitar. He began to sing. It was their song, the one he'd played for her years ago, never shared with the world. But now, the words were different. They spoke of regret, of losing someone you love, of not wanting to make the same mistake twice. Her steps slowed. Her bouquet trembled. Her fiancé turned toward the music, his expression darkening with every word. And then Dylan's voice cracked as he sang, "I let you go once. I can't let you go again." Shen Yue stopped walking. The crowd was silent. For a long, suspended moment, they just stared at each other, two people in the middle of a storm, the rest of the world fading away. Some say she dropped her bouquet and ran to him. Others swear she walked slowly, one deliberate step at a time. But everyone agrees on one thing: the wedding was over. By sunset, the guests had gone home. The altar stood empty, and Dylan and Shen Yue were gone. Spotted leaving in the same black car, faces unreadable, saying nothing. No statements. No explanations. Just silence. That night, social media exploded. Hashtag Dylan stops wedding, hashtag Shen Yue Dylan forever, hashtag Meteor Garden in real life. Millions watched the clips of Dylan's song. Fans cried. Some cheered. Some called it selfish. But everyone was talking about it. Fan edits merged wedding footage with Meteor Garden scenes, making it feel like the greatest drama twist of all time. Weeks later, we still don't know the truth. Are they together now? Are they just two people who needed closure? What we do know is this. On that day in Hangzhou, Dylan Wang stopped time and maybe, just maybe, rewrote the ending to a love story millions thought was over. Fade out with soft guitar music. Some weddings are meant to unite two people. This one may have reunited two hearts instead. Background music, tense but soft, piano and light percussion. The sun had barely risen over Hangzhou when the first photo surfaced. A grainy shot, taken from behind the tinted window of a black car. Two silhouettes. One unmistakably Dylan Wang. The other, Shen Yue. It had been less than 12 hours since the wedding that wasn't. The estate was still littered with abandoned champagne glasses, wilting flower petals, and unanswered questions. But outside the venue, paparazzi had been waiting all night. At 6:14 a.m., the first headline hit social media. Dylan and Shen Yue seen leaving together after wedding crash. Within minutes, the story was everywhere. Fans from Beijing to Los Angeles were posting theories. Some believed they had run away to the countryside to escape the chaos. Others thought they were on a flight, maybe to a quiet island in Southeast Asia, maybe to Paris. But no one knew for sure. What they did know was this: Dylan's performance the day before was no accident. A fan who claimed to have been working at the venue revealed something explosive. Dylan was there hours before the ceremony. He was talking to one of the staff. He said he didn't know if she'd stop the wedding, but he had to try. That revelation sent the fandom into overdrive. Meanwhile, on Weibo and Instagram, 2 new photos leaked. This time clearer. Dylan and Shen Yue walking side by side down a quiet alley. No security. No stylists. Just them. She was still in the same dress from the wedding, but the veil was gone. He was carrying his guitar in one hand and what looked like her shoes in the other. And here's where things got even stranger. By mid-morning, a private driver came forward claiming he had dropped the two off at a small lakeside in 2 hours from the city. They didn't speak much, he said, but she was crying. Not like someone in pain, more like someone relieved. Back in the city, the cancelled groom, the man Shen Yue had been set to marry, issued a statement through his family. It was short, almost cold. "We respect Shen Yue's decision and wish her happiness." But the tone? Sharp enough to cut glass. As the hours passed, fans began connecting dots no one had dared to before. They recalled Dylan's strange mood during a recent interview, when he was asked about letting go of someone you care about. They remembered how Shen Yue once described her ideal man as someone who would stop her from making a mistake, even if it meant making a scene. By late afternoon, Hangzhou police confirmed that no laws had been broken during the wedding incident, a subtle but clear sign that Dylan wouldn't face any legal trouble, which only made the legend grow. The next twist came when a guest at the lakeside and posted a cryptic photo to Instagram. It was a shot of 2 coffee mugs sitting side by side on a wooden balcony, overlooking the water. No faces, no names, but the caption read, "Some love stories write themselves." Fans knew exactly who it was. Comment section